Well, welcome to Trawsfynydd in Wales. This is really absolutely natural rallying country, and look who I found. Former British rally champion Gwyndaf Evans and his son Elfyn. Welcome, guys, and thanks very much indeed for bringing along these fantastic cars. Gwyndaf, what have you brought?
I brought a MK2 ESCORT. Yes, just a little bit before my time, but I've certainly done a lot in the last few years in it and really enjoyed it.
Elfyn, what have you brought?
It's a new FIESTA R2, a modern day front-wheel drive rally car, currently used on the World Rally Championship Academy.
Well, we're going to ask these guys now to take the cars out on the stage and see what their own cars and what each other's car does differently, does better, does maybe more excitingly. Gentlemen, start your engines.
No. Listen to that engine. Once it starts revving up, she comes to her own. She's surprisingly quite powerful. Certainly you've got to watch these bumps because she's quite lively. She wants to bounce all over the place here. Got to use the clutch every time we change gear. There's one thing handy with the rear wheel drive and limited slip differential. You can easily spin around on a sixpence. It does need a violent application of the throttle just to spin around and then off the throttle very quickly, otherwise she's gone completely round. Feels heavy, but not quite as good as the modern technology in the modern cars of today. Okay, Elfyn, I'm coming with you just to keep an eye on you, okay?
So what were your feet and hands doing differently in the Escort than they do in your Fiesta?
Working about 10 times harder, definitely. It's so much more physical, and you just have to be so on ball with it. It's unreal.
Well, the Mark II Ford Escort's probably the most iconic rally car of all time. Ari Vatanen won the 1981 World Championship in it, and it was a car that Colin McRae really, cut his teeth on before he hit world stardom. Now, with me is Phil Mills, probably best known as co-driver to Petter Solberg in the World Rally Championship, and now producing some beautifully restored Mark IIs. Tell us about this particular car we've got.
It's a 1979-1980 car. It came through as 1100 Popular Plus, and then we transformed it into what it is, a full house Group 4 2-litre BDG Escort. The whole concept of it is so straightforward. There's nothing in it complicated at all. It's a McPherson strut, it's an axle, it's an engine, and nothing more than that. And I think that's what made it so successful.
Pointed and it goes there basically, and absolutely stops at nothing. You can leave your braking so late, and the gearbox as well just helps everything, just makes it so easy at the end of the day. Absolutely enjoy loving revving it and what have you. It's a fantastically reliable engine as well, which is exactly what you need for modern day rallying. So, how's that?
Oh, this is easy compared to the other one. But I mean, the suspension has come on so much, and the sequential box and the power steering. My goodness me. Now you do see the difference.
You came into rallying just at the time when the Escort was phasing out.
I know.
And then you came into all this technology and everything else. Where does your heart lie? Given the chance, what would you be rallying at World Championship level, the Escort or the Fiesta?
Oh, it's a difficult one, but I do know that every time I come out of the Escort, I have got a big grin, and I think that sums it all up, doesn't it?
I think the Escort, just when you put that foot down and the back end comes out, it's so different to what I'm used to, for sure. And just having that thrill of being able to play just on the throttle without having to make the car go sideways as such, I'll certainly remember that.